let's hope there's some happy people when they hear that music. We are back. Yes, the Chasing Daylight podcast is back. Got a new episode. Bob is joining us this evening. Can't wait to talk some golf. It's been a while. This is the Chasing Daylight podcast. Well, Bobby, thanks for hopping on, sir.
You got it. Thanks for having me.
How's the Christmas afterwards doing for you?
Christmas good. Afterwards is good. Weather in Vegas is ridiculously
really
good.
good right now.
My God.
Yeah. It was overcast today, and then I went outside this afternoon, and I was like, oh my God, it's like gorgeous out. So that's always pleasant.
Yeah, Joe and I tried to get out today, but apparently everybody in Vegas wanted to get out today as well.
Yeah,
Wasn't too much availability.
a lot of threesomes out there today.
Yeah. It was spots for one all over the place. I want to give a little love to Cyrus. Today is his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Cyrus.
The Canadian American is celebrating his birthday and Boxing Day. So
The Canadian Chinese American.
hey, he's had Canadian citizenship, so I'll go that far. But I don't know about the Chinese citizenship. But he was going to join us today, and he was so excited. He got the rare Monday pass from the boss to go play some golf on his birthday with the boys, and we couldn't get out anywhere. TPC Summerlin is closed, and there was nothing. Nothing. Joe, I think, found something at 2:30 at Sienna, and it was like, yeah, we'll get in 5 holes.
I found a couple like no, that was 11:36, I think.
Oh, was it? I just saw the 2 o'clock.
Oh, well, yeah. We could have played today, but Matt's eyes are broke, I guess.
I can't read messages apparently. That's why you text. Don't send me pictures, text.
That was also an hour before the time, so.
Oh yeah, well I went, oh that's right, Rio's got that special right now where it's $75 for locals. And so I went on there and it was $9.50 and there was 3 spots available at 10. And I'm like,
yeah, I can get there.
I can get there, but I didn't think anybody else could have. So we took a little break last week. It was heartbreaking. We didn't want to do it, but sometimes life happens and things get in the way. And my wife and we did a little staycation, and so I didn't have access to the studio. Bob and Dan were going to do a little Chasing Daylight takeover, but couldn't get that scheduled. Joe was in Palm Springs, and then he was back, and then Jeremy went to Hawaii, which he's still in Hawaii. That's why he's not here tonight. So one more week before the 3 of us are back together. But Bob's filling in. Thank you so much again for doing that. Did you get what you wanted for Christmas, sir?
I got some new balls.
Oh wow! So you don't have.
I got a new TM hat. Can't ever go wrong there.
No.
I got some essentials. I'm stocked up. We keep it pretty simple around here. Just me and the wife. So.
Yeah, I like that meme. I don't wait for Christmas gifts because I go out and buy what I want like an adult.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much what we do around here, except for the kids. We kind of try not to go all out for the kids because good Lord, nowadays it'll break you.
Oh, it's crazy. I swear toy prices have gone up crazy.
Yeah, and they're all coming from the same place.
I saw like a golf cart in your living room, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're buying that shit.
Theo did get a golf cart for Christmas. My mom bought that one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
so,
my mom and her friend went in together to get that golf cart for him. But
I showed that to Emma, and she's like, "Wait a minute, is that like like the kids get the little Jeeps or the?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "That's awesome."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, we just got to peel that sticker off and put a Hitting Green sticker on there, and then everything will be all right."
Yeah. He's been loving it. It came with a little, fake ass driver putter iron golf set. He's been carrying it around with him everywhere, and it came with a little hole, and he's been hitting it in the hole. So he's loving it. He's digging it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Joe's got some new hardware behind him hanging on the wall there.
Yeah, I do.
Got some little Pac Dunes blueprint looking type What is it?
You
Just
can't
a
really see it. It's just a reflection of his fan. But
yeah.
Yeah, it's actually I did actually get a new ceiling fan for Christmas. That's what it is. No, it's a
I-
course map of Pacific Dunes. Wife did well. That is my favorite course out there. That could change next time we go, but currently that is my favorite.
then
So
you'll just have to get another one.
exactly.
Jesus.
So yeah, she scored on that one. Got a Ghost Tree hoodie, Bandon. My mom got me some Pro V's, though they were white. She did include the
Uh-oh.
receipt, so I'll go swap those because I'm
That's fail on
YBG.
you. I mean, you got family members buying you golf goods and you can't give them the direction to go.
My mom also got me a shirt from Etsy that says golfer on it, and she got one for Thea that says mini golfer.
That's awesome.
So we might have to wear that at Winter Park 9 coming up this week.
There you go. That'll be perfect. That'll be
Cool.
perfect. But my favorite gift, well, aside from the wife giving the okay for the band in 2024 trip, my favorite gift, my daughter got me a T-shirt that says "Awesome," just like my daughter.
Oh yeah.
So, and it's a lot like the T-shirts I wear, just simple print, So
hmm
pretty funny. And I told
Awesome.
her we were having a conversation because she wants a new phone, and she was a little upset, that she didn't get a phone for Christmas. And I told her, I said, you got a birthday coming up, and that's more of an important thing. So just wait. And she's like, well, Dad, don't you remember your favorite gift you got this year? I'm like, the number one dad coffee cup from your sister? Yeah, no, we were having fun. So happy holidays to everybody. Hope you all had a great Christmas. If you do celebrate it, if you don't, I hope you enjoyed whatever it is
Mahana
people
Kwanzaa.
do Chris Mahana Kwanzaa that you do on not celebrating that day. I want to first talk about, because we were gone a couple weeks, some things have happened. The big news, and Bob is very. Can I call you anti-live? You're anti-live, right?
I mean,
For the most part.
yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
So the biggest news that came out is the Masters has basically said, if you qualify, you're in. Which I don't think anybody really expected them to cut ties with former champions or players that qualify. So it's not a huge shock, but it is news because they have basically said that, some of those live players and the past champions are going to get to continue to play. So Bob, I would love to hear your thoughts on that, and then we'll get with Joe and go on from there.
Even being anti-live, as you said, I think this was pretty much par for the course for Augusta. I think this is what I expected them to do. They're bigger than the Live Tour in the grand scheme of things. Like Live Tour's got 80 years of history to go to catch up with Augusta,
Right.
and that's just the reality. So if the Live Tour is around in another few years or 5 years, or then they probably, and if the world rankings haven't changed, then maybe they've got to reevaluate. But for now, I think Augusta will just kind of keep their policies in place and not change anything for anybody. And it will affect the guys as world ranking points as they kind of start to fall off there, because that'll be the one big,
So
the one big exclusion.
of course everybody wants to win Augusta. Everybody. I mean, it's the most, in my opinion, the most prestigious Masters. It's tops on everybody's list of wanting to own the green jacket and have that forever return visit for as long as you can play. So does this put a little bit more pressure on the guys that haven't won, that maybe flirting with live, like, okay, if I want to play in this tournament, I have to win it. It's the only way I'm going to get in.
We're Nish and Chris, two very amateur golfers on a quest to play the top 100 courses in the UK and Ireland, after Chris set this challenge on a drunken Saturday night in my kitchen. Join us on our frequently humorous journey of a lifetime as we grapple with the logistical and financial challenge of playing some of the best courses in the world, as well as grappling with our games, because let's face it, it's never just about playing. Sometimes the score matters too. Listen to the Top 110 Golf Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to win Augusta or you've got to win, another major, and then you're in for a little while. But ultimately, yeah, to get that lifelong at Augusta, I mean,
I mean,
get that.
Augusta is certainly not going to say if you win a live event, you get into the Masters like they do with the PGA Tour.
Right. Yeah, that's not happening.
That's not happening.
Yeah, well, not without the world ranking points involved, and because Augusta's also on that board,
Yeah.
the board of directors for the official world golf ranking. So yeah, I kind of agree. There's not going to be any exemptions for live, but at the same time, you know, who knows? Things can
So
change.
I mean, the people have been posting we're 99 days away, but I mean, actual tee off, we are 101 days away to Thursday stroke play tournament, not par 3 contest, and not at live at the Masters. There's going to be some people that this probably could be their last time at Augusta if they continue to stay with live. I mean, there's players that are qualifying based on their world rankings, and that's the only reason they're qualifying. And as those points dissipate, they're going to lose the opportunity to play. So I wish that guy was here to dive into that for us, but we'll have to look into that for next week's episode. Joe, what do you think? What's your take on it?
I distinctly remember saying or hearing Mr. Bob West saying Augusta does not need to do anything. They just stay still exactly with what they're doing, and if you qualify through the world ranking or if you win and on the PGA Tour, that's what it's going to be, and they've held true to that. I think it will be some of the players' last time there because I doubt that they're going to get world ranking points figured out within the next year before the next Masters. But I think they did a good job with this one, standing true to the tradition of if you qualify based on our qualifications, you're in. And I mean I didn't expect anything different. So I think anybody that has a green jacket going forward is always going to be allowed to play Masters. And if you're inside the qualifications of world ranking, then you're going to be in. But Liv's going to have a hard time figuring out those world rankings because a lot of those guys are going to fall out within the next year, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
I would love for Augusta to go. Oh, well, only if it was played in April. Oh, only we're not counting that November one. Sorry, DJ.
Yeah.
So only if it was played in April. Yeah,
That would
we'll
be
stick to
funny.
our guns on the April tournaments.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I think this could be the last time for some of them for sure.
So you know how they've had it was Arnold and Jack and Gary as the icons that start the tournament,
The
and
honorary starters.
the honorary starters, and now I say 10, 15 years from now, maybe even 20 years from now, that's Tiger Woods, honorary starter. Phil Mickelson had that spot. I mean, that was his. Did he lose it?
I think in the next 20 years, I think a lot of this stuff will have, dissipated, calmed down, and I think that it's a huge potential that they would allow him to honorary start in the future. Because in 20 years, who knows where we're going to be? I mean, they could combine tours by that point. They could, who knows?
Put soap in your mouth for saying that.
I'm just saying. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? I mean, shit. I mean, 20 years ago, I didn't think it.
Takeover doesn't win. I think the Saudis will fold up within a few years. But
yeah, and that whole tour could dissipate.
Be gone.
Yeah, it could be just gone. It could vanish because they're tired of throwing money into it. Who knows? Who knows what can happen?
yeah, a lot of things. I kind of think the same thing, Joe. I think Phil could be. I mean, if he was 65 now, and it was like, I mean, Gary Player almost went that route. Like he's like, isn't he's kind of halfway supportive and halfway not, and
Well,
halfway sponsored by
he's designing a bunch of courses out there.
yeah, and making a bunch of money from the same people that are paying the live guys. But yeah, I mean, I I think Phil's got some chance over the next decade or two to
Redeem
win over
himself,
I
I
think
guess.
in
people.
full like
But
Phil Mickelson fashion, like he's a phoenix, like he'll rise from the ashes at some point
Oh,
again, like he
Jesus.
did for the PGA Championship, oldest player to win a major. Like he will rise again at some point. I just feel like because he's very lovable. I mean, a lot of people love Phil. Not saying that I'm a huge fan of him, but I think at some point he'll probably rise again, and all will
but
be forgiven.
that was his Peyton Manning moment, though. Like the be the oldest guy to win the major, go out on
Yeah.
top.
Oh,
But then he
100%. Yeah, he fucked
but
that
then he
up for sure.
screwed everything up. Like
Yeah, he fucked that up.
to rise from that is like it's almost as unlikely as like, okay, is Tiger winning another major? Like, are we having that conversation?
Yeah, I
Who's more
mean,
likely to win the
yeah, he'll
next one,
win.
Tiger
Yeah,
or
Tiger
Phil?
will win.
Do you
Tiger's
think
gonna win
Tiger's going to
another
win
one?
another major?
Absolutely.
Like it, hold my faith.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm like fully like
You bought
confirmed committed on that, but like
you bought a Michael Jordan
I
Wizards
want to
jersey
see
too?
him win, so I'm going to say yes.
Wow. That's a bold statement, Joe.
I mean, do
I'd
I
be
think he can? Probably not, but do I want him to? So yes, I'm going to say yes because I want to see it. I'm trying to the secret into this like full
so.
on like putting it out into the atmosphere kind of thing.
On that note, Joe, one of my earliest memories of watching golf was with my dad and my grandpa in '96, watching the Masters, and Jack made a little bit of a charge. Like it was like actually getting interesting where they're like talking about, holy shit, 10-year anniversary of his win in '86. Like this is actually getting crazy. Like my dad and my grandpa are losing it. Like I remember like getting all hyped up. So if Tiger were to put a charge on it, like that's something that, yeah, I mean, like
Yeah,
Theo will remember that. He'll remember
exactly. Yeah,
watching
yeah,
that. Yeah,
I mean, with the current state of golf, with so many people playing it and so many people involved in it right now, I mean, I personally, I don't think there'll ever be another run like what Tiger did. The game has evolved too much. There's too many athletes. There's too many quality good players out there now for the field to allow a player to dominate for that long. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but Tiger going on a run and winning some events could oh my god, uh, just holy crap! Could you? That would be insane. That would be insane because you would
that'd
have
be
old
crazy.
golfers, middle-aged golfers, new golfers, just going nuts.
Yeah. I think the only place he could do it at is Augusta, though. I only think he plays the Masters, and I think he plays the Open, wherever the Open is.
Well, I think he's going to play the Players. I think he's going to play Riviera. I think he'll play
I don't think
Arnold
he'll play
Palmer.
Riviera.
I think
I
he'll play
think he's
Arnold
playing the
Palmer.
majors, and that's it.
Yeah, I think he'll play. He might play Players because it's before the Masters, just to get the juices flowing.
Torrey, I mean, places he's won and dominated on.
I don't see it. I think he plays tops 4 times a year, maximum.
Yeah, and there would be nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I
mean,
think he's a majors only player.
Exactly. He wants to win majors. I think he's. I think he only plays Masters and the Open, potentially U.S. Open.
So,
maybe.
Bob, you as a person who's grinded it out there on the mini tours and tried to make a career in professional golf, does only playing majors give you enough competition to compete mentally in those events?
Yes, for Tiger.
For Tiger.
And for me,
I
for
don't think
anybody else, no.
he doesn't need
Right.
to beef up
But
his
I mean,
mental game.
but that being said, he does. He would need to prepare, and he would need to hit some shots in preparation, but he can put himself in those mental situations and mimic
100%.
those where most people can't do that. Like Tiger's always been really good at that, even before he had 15. Like he's always been good at that. That's how he got to 1, and that's how he's a great junior and amateur player. Like So yeah, I think if anybody can, I think it's him. And then just it's like the Hogan factor where you read about Hogan putting the bandages on his legs like it was a 3 hour pre-round, 3 hour post-round routine. I feel like Tiger probably has to do something
Yeah.
similar if he wants to get the most out of his body for 4 days straight.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's not really probably not possible 2 weeks in a row.
Right. Yeah.
It'll
I
be interesting.
I'd love to see him out on the course way
Absolutely.
more. Like I wish he'd prove everybody wrong, even himself. I think, and
Do it.
get fully healthy. And
I mean,
but
he's
I
already
just
done it once or
right.
Yeah, but
twice. I mean, really twice.
he's playing. I mean, he's played on a broken leg. Now he's playing on a flamingo leg. I mean that thing is it's really it's hard for him to assess how well he can go because it's so new. It's not like this is a nagging injury and then you get fixed and okay, I'm back to normal. I mean, it, he's down a leg.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, but I mean, you've seen that clip, right, where he's watching all those videos of everybody saying that he's done and he's not going to win anything, and then he won the tour championship. Like I remember watching that, and I like had a couple tears come out, like sick, right? And then,
Crying emotional man.
dude, I mean, good like moments, dude. Collect your moments, all right, and
I know.
enjoy
I still
them.
like talking to you about it, though. It's funny.
Grains of sand
Yeah,
passing.
yeah, man. And then he wins the Masters. Like I'll never forget that final round Sunday. Like, and I would love to experience that again because that final round Master Sunday I was glued. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
couldn't move me from the TV. And if I did, it was on my phone and I was walking wherever I had to go. And I would love to experience that again because it was masterful. It was amazing. So
All right.
hopefully we'll see.
So we'll transition from that to one of the other events that took place, the PNC.
Yeah.
And but we're gonna have to get you in our little Instagram group chat that we got with Reed and Joe, myself, Jeremy, and Adam. There's some fun conversations that take place in that, and I would have loved to
All
hear some of
right.
your insight. But I mean, I said this last year. uh, Stop talking about Charlie as the next Tiger Woods. It's too soon. He's too young. I think his inexperience with pressure situations in his short game really showed this time. Last year, I think when he was playing up a box and had shorter clubs into the greens and was hitting a lot of greens, his short game woes really weren't shown. But I don't know how much of it you watch, Bob, if you watch any of it, how much Joe you watch, but I watched a lot of it on the last day, and we were texting it in that group chat. His short game is not good. It's not good, and it's why he's not a top 100 junior player in Florida.
Yeah, was he limping as bad the second day? I watched a lot the first day,
Yeah.
not much the second day.
I literally think he was just limping to look like his dad. Like that's how I feel.
They were doing it for the pip.
Yeah, it's the pip for sure.
I mean, he doesn't need to play golf for money. He never will. He doesn't need,
Right.
or he doesn't need to do anything for money. And if that's either going to be the most freeing thing in the world, or that'll be his downfall. To
Yeah.
where he just,
So
yeah. I mean, you got to develop the love to go out there and practice short game for 10 hours.
That's what I was
a day
talking about in the text chat. I was like, look, he's 13 years old. There's no desire as a 13-year-old to go grind. I mean, he can walk outside his back door 40 feet and he has one of the best short game practice areas in the country.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's no desire for a 13-year-old to go out and grind for 2 hours chipping and putting when you have access to YouPorn and Pornhub as a 13-year-old kid anywhere you are. I mean, there's social media, there's YouTube videos, there's TV shows, everything is on your phone, and there's so much more entertainment than grinding when you're Charlie Woods.
Yeah.
Now,
I think it'll depend on his desire to accomplish what his dad did or like their relationship. I think that's what it's going to depend on. Like
How much were you grinding, Bob, when you were 13 on your short game?
All day, every day that I wasn't in school.
Nice. I
Not in
like
the winter
hearing that.
time. Like, dude, that's all I thought about. It's all I wanted to do. I mean, it was that's I guess what I was trying to say. Like, I'm not saying that's I I don't think it can be done without a certain bit of that, and I don't
Yeah.
think you can really put those hours in and those reps in without having that love. And I don't know if Charlie can have that love. Like maybe, like if he does,
Yeah.
then he's got every tool in the world at his disposal, and then we're looking at something that could be really exciting. But at the same time, like Charlie's never going to be like
He's not
Tiger
gonna be
was
his
a
dad.
dorky kid.
Yeah.
Like Tiger was kind of a dork in school, and
Totally.
like I mean, it wasn't until like he started like stacking up trophies that even a few people thought he was cool, and then it was still like he's a golfer. Not like he's on the football team or the basketball team.
Yeah.
Charlie's like world famous, and
Already.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's going to depend on like how he handles the spotlight and if he does actually love the game, because like we don't really know that for sure. Like, is he just doing it to appease his dad potentially, or does he actually love the game? And that's one thing we don't know, and we won't find out for 10
But
years.
I mean, we do know the kid's got a solid swing. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it's ridiculous. He has a tremendous swing. And he's got
100%.
arguably the greatest golfer that ever lives as his father to help him hone that swing.
And he's also got Rory at his fingertips, JT
Oh,
at his fingertips. Like he's
yeah.
got some of the best players in the world at his fingertips.
Yeah, when you compare the Saturday night pinochle games my parents had compared to the Saturday night parties Tiger's having,
Yeah.
Charlie's getting a little bit better influence than I was.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be a fly in the wall, like at
Oh,
their get-togethers. Like, is he asking JT questions about a swing or about what you would do in this situation, or is he joking with him about some, fucking Snoopy hat that he's wearing or something? Like, is he like really dialed into the questions and trying to figure out the game because he has it all at his disposal, and that would be interesting.
Yeah, I think even more than just like off the course, spending time on the course with those guys and
right?
seeing golf played at such a high level and playing it at such a high level, like that's going to get him farther than most kids will get. Like so by 16, 17, 18, 19, that should get Charlie to be one of the best juniors out there. Just having to kind of compete in those games if he is
Yeah.
playing a lot of golf with those kind of guys. And um, but then, yeah, it's up to him. Like, is he going to spend the time afterwards, to practice, and is he going to put the like me and my buddies used to call them Tiger days. Like any day you'd put in where you're like, all right, like I got to go grind. I'm going to go put in a Tiger day. You were going to be there for 12 plus hours because that was whether or not that's what he was doing every day. That's what everybody thought Tiger was doing. Like this guy's hitting 1,000 balls a day. He's there for freaking 12 hours. He's in the gym at before and after. Like that was the perception. And 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 we're talking about the guy that was the greatest of our generation, one of the greatest of all time. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly want nothing but the best for him. I want him,
Right.
deep in my soul, I want him to go to college, win 3 US AMs, come out, dominate, and continue the legacy, and have it be the greatest father-son duo ever.
Yeah.
But
It just
pump
can't.
the brakes.
That can't happen. That can't happen nowadays, though.
Pump the brakes.
It's not going to happen nowadays. It just won't.
I
Maybe
think
Tiger will start his own tour.
Hey, maybe. Well, he is in the
yeah,
stadium.
the what's it called?
Golf in the round.
Golf in the round.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thursday night with Tiger or something like that.
Tiger
The Tournament of
Thursdays.
Kings. We're gonna hit a drive and then joust.
We're gonna hit a iron shot while we're riding a horse to the ball. Watch my impact position.
You guys remember polo? We're bringing wedges to the polo.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, it's a story. It's awesome. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. He'll never be as good as Tiger. It's not gonna happen nowadays because there's too many kids out there that are grinding. That a lot of these parents.
Dude, how about Annika's kid?
Yeah, I mean exactly,
Dude, that kid was
or
ripping it.
Yana, like
Yeah,
it's the dads and the moms that have watched Tiger do what he did, and the science that is now based inside the game with TrackMan and foresight and physiotherapy and training and all that. You can't dominate like Tiger did back in the day. That was a window that Tiger started, and it's now the future generation is following that path, and it's just
that's
it
why
can't
I
happen
think it's
again.
harder for a play. Oh, Bob, you get a little shoulder shrug.
I kind of disagree.
Let's hear why.
So you can outwork people, but everybody has the tools at their disposal now. Is what I'm saying. You can
Tiger
see
didn't have any.
you can see ball speed, you can see club path, and if somebody's grinding, you can see it all and work on it. That's what I'm saying. The science
You think
is
so? You think the
accessible.
bar has really been brought up like that much higher, and everybody's just got their chin at the bar?
No, well, so you can outwork people 100%. You can spend more hours diving into things 100%.
If you really break it down in golf, like it's it's about giving yourself opportunities to make birdies and then making putts.
Yeah, true.
Tiger did it for a long freaking time. Jordan Spieth did it and set himself apart from the rest of the world of golf. But like to me, he's kind of the only exception. Rory kind of stands out with his driving, but then like when he got hot with the putter, like back at Congressional, then that's otherworldly. So like Tiger was in that otherworldly
It's all. I
for
mean, it really comes down to all
multiple
putter.
points. It's like it's that dominance that any player right now can display, plus the putter, plus a length of time.
Yeah,
That's John Rahm
all
too. I
those
mean,
things.
John Rahm had everything. His putter went away, and
Yeah,
so has he, as far as being the elite player on tour. Can you
and he's still really good.
can you grind yourself into the top player in the world? Or is there do you
Luke
have
Donald did it. Luke Donald is like he's poster boy for grind child. He was hitting like 60 some odd percent of his fairways, hitting it 279.5 yards, and putting and chipping the freaking lights out for an incredible length of time. Like so much that if most people exercise the amount of discipline Luke Donald exercised over that time, like their head would just explode. And that's maybe what happened to Luke Donald after that period.
his head exploded?
Like I seriously think it could have, because to execute at that high level
for that long,
he really was exceptional with his short game. So yeah, I mean, I think you kind of can find your way there.
Here's what I was getting at is I don't think anybody will be as dominant as Tiger was. And that was my statement is I don't see anybody ever dominating the sport like Tiger did because of the tools that are out there. Do you think there's another Tiger that will come in the future that will dominate and get close to Jack's record, get close to Sam Snead and Tiger's record? I don't see that happening is what I'm saying.
I do, because I kind of think this class of player is a little weak right now. I think it's like ripe for a player that comes along and
because
kicks
of Liv?
everybody's ass.
No, you know what?
I'm just kidding.
And I think Bob, I think you nailed it on the head, because I mean, you got to look beyond just golf, right? You got to look the whole aspect of how society is right now. And I mean, no, I'm not bashing the man, but a perfect example is Matt Wolff. He mentally could not handle it and had a breakdown and chose to go easy money and go play Live. I mean, no disrespect to him for choosing the money. If you're going to choose the money, go get your money. That's fine. But I mean, the way society is now, and I mean, there's a lot of individuals that get
Everyone's
hurt
lazy. Yeah,
and they're lazy. And I mean, he found out. I mean, how long ago was it that he was the greatest college player out? And signs this huge deal with TaylorMade, comes out and wins early, and then there's all this pressure on him, and he just breaks. And I mean,
Right.
it's a different era of people where Tiger had the military dad and the sternness and the strictness. And I mean, he may be one of those athletes that were great, that has that. I mean, I honestly think it's one of the reasons why the European players are so dominant in basketball right now, because they have a different structure, family life, and society around them, where it's give it to me now, give me the money, let me see what I can do. Okay, I'm done. It's crazy how fast NFL superstars are gone. I mean, it's
NFL.
crazy.
Yeah.
And it's in a lot of sports, but I think Bobby, I think you hit the nail on the head. If somebody comes in with that desire to absolutely dominate, and to add in what Joe was saying, they have all these tools now to do it, they could totally just go nuts.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look back. I mean, if somebody would have told Tiger, hey, like by the end of your golfing career, you could be a billionaire when he was like 19 or 20, like he might have said,
Would have
yeah, I
laughed.
believe you. But yeah, like most people, they would have gone, no, you get 400,000 for first place. And then to do the math there, like a billion divided by 400, I don't know how many tournaments you have to win.
I remember, I think I have
It's a lot.
I still have a Sports Illustrated cover where his check from Augusta was $400,000. And it was like the highest check ever at the Masters. And it's $400,000. It's like, good Lord, you get that for a Corn Ferry Tour win. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's somebody will have to kind of, but that, I guess that's the point, is Tiger didn't care about the money at a certain point, right? Like you have your comforts, and then your life is literally about. I mean, they love or hate him, but they say LeBron spends like $1 million a year maintaining his body, right? And I can kind of believe that, right? Like he's in his whatever year, and he's still
ridiculously
flying
in shape.
through the air. I mean, ridiculous athlete. So yeah, like if a new gen Tiger type talent comes along, and yeah, he devotes everything and puts the money toward the science to continue to get better and better and better, and finds a nice release and doesn't get caught.
I'm really looking forward to John Daly II, Little John, or John Daly II, his path, because he's in college, he's competing in college. I'm sure he's going to go, if he can reach high status in college, get into the Corn Ferry Tour, I'm sure that's the route he's going. I mean, he's playing golf. He's a golfer.
Yeah.
And it's scary that John Daly says that he's a better putter than he was, which, I mean, because John Daly, that motherfucker could putt. So the fact that he's saying his son is a better putter than him, I am really looking forward to seeing the next couple years and what evolves with him.
Yeah. John Daly, the 2 can beat the ball.
Smash it.
Yeah, you can beat it.
He's a stick. I'm looking forward to the spring season to see what he does out in Arkansas, because
it'd be good. That kid's seen everything in his life, so
right. Yeah. I mean,
there's nothing at college that's going to throw him off track. So
he's like, this is you should see my house on Saturday nights. This ain't
it's another Tuesday night at the Daily, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
You think keg stands are impressive? Have you seen my dad do a broken leg keg stand? Okay, so moving on. So that's the golf stuff that happened. If we missed anything, just let us know. I don't think there's no golf right now.
My homie Matt Ryan won down on the Latin America tour.
Oh
Shout out
yes,
Matty
that's
Ryan.
right. That's right. Want to give Matt a little love for that. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
He came to 5-Iron with Seamus for their grand opening when Bob and Seamus and Matt came down, and been grinding, and it was great to see him get a win. That's awesome. I hope
Yes,
that
sir.
propels him to an amazing 2023. So congrats, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah.
We
Hey.
also have not talked about the match either.
Yeah, probably because there's a reason.
Right.
I didn't like it.
It was cool. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I think it was. I think the good thing is they all felt like buddies out there, and it felt a little normal, like in the scope of like what we witness, joking around, talking shit, and like that's what felt really cool about it to me.
Yeah, the donating and the money and the $200,000
that's
for
all
charity.
filler. That's all filler.
I want to see golf. I mean, on Christmas they were playing shows, Wonderful World of Golf, or Christmas Eve or whatever it was. I want to see that. I want to see two guys that want to beat the other player.
Yeah.
And go play an amazing golf course and do what they did back then. Pre-record it. It doesn't have to be live. We don't need Charles Barkley live. I mean, Chuck, I love you, but we don't need Barkley live. We don't need all this live cam footage and talking. No,
right.
Pre-record it. Put out an amazing product of amazing golf and skill set and shot tracer and green slopes and club selection, and just make it an entertaining. It wasn't entertaining, even though it was Tiger and Rory. And
I think it was. I think it was
made for TV has to change.
Well, so I think the best match that they've put out was the one with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
Oh God!
I think that was the best one so far, and this one was close.
Are you being serious?
Yeah,
he's being serious.
No, yeah, I mean,
dude, the CEO of the match needs to get fired.
Look,
and they need to bring me in.
Well, what
to
match
fix
do
it.
you think was the best?
I haven't liked any of them.
Okay,
all of them have sucked. Well,
I'm not
the
saying
first one
great.
with Phil, I was so drunk.
I'm not saying they're great.
Phil heads up is good. And Sherwood, that was good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're great. I'm just saying that that was the best one. I mean,
I no. They need to be great. They need to be great.
Yeah,
this is
disagreeing.
prime time golf.
Well, I think it needs to be called out, Matt, that Joe's actually he knows that Peyton's somewhat involved at Wheaton's. And he's trying to win as much good favor over there as he can. So
no.
To go for Peyton Manning's ego and hype him up a little there, I don't fault you, Joe. Good job. I actually prefer the Manning Brothers Monday Night Football podcast.
Joe's trying to get in somewhere in Omaha.
No. Look, so the first one at Shadow was pretty whack.
It was okay cool. Until they decided to have a chip off on the 18th.
Right, but Tiger wasn't really involved with it. Like, he wasn't talking much. And the second one that they did, Tiger was more involved. He was feeling it a little bit more. And the conversation was better. The next one with the quarterbacks at Wynn was trash. That sucked.
The Bryson at the Wynn was garbage.
It was terrible. And this past one was on that level where we got more like conversation and more like realness from the players. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're fucking Grammy or Emmy worthy. I'm just saying that.
No, I'm saying, but you watch those show Wonderful World of Golf.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're
great.
Amazing. Those are amazing. Yeah,
but there's no banter back and forth with Ben Hogan and whoever the hell he's playing.
Well,
it's golf shots.
Technology's evolved a little bit,
right? But let's show golf shots. Let's show the course. Let's show.
Look, I'm not saying they're perfect. That's not. I didn't say that was a perfect broadcast of golf. Perfect. I'm just saying that was on par with the best one they've done. That's all I said.
And I ripped your head for it.
Yeah. And you're an asshole for that. That's all I'm saying.
Bob,
Just
how
saying
could
what
they
D
fix the
said.
match? How could they fix the match?
I'm the same. I think real golf. I think. I mean, there's a lot they could do.
I mean, I
I
would
don't
rather
know.
see, hey, we're going to go out to the 17th from 165 yards and put the ball in this lie and see who can hit it closer to the pin. I'd rather see shit like that than this.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Max Homa, Harry Higgs in a match. They both get 12 packs of beer. Fucking light Bandon Dunes up. And they got to play. And the winner gets a fucking trip to Ireland. I don't know. But I'm just saying they could do some shit.
It needs to be better. As
It
you
does.
said, technology is amazing, and they're ruining it with the stupid shit that they're doing.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't need play-by-play of Tiger in his cart driving to his ball. I don't
no,
need
they
that.
got to get rid of that shit. Like, hey, Tiger, hey, what were you thinking on that shot?
This means absolutely nothing to you, and you're here for a paycheck. Can you tell us what's going through your head?
That's B-roll. That's behind the scenes shit. Like, throw that on, edit it together, half hour after the match. Yeah, exactly.
Nobody cares
I
about
don't
that
need
shit.
Charles Barkley asking about, hey, I need to fix my slice. What were you thinking on that shot? I want to see these guys fucking talking shit, like exactly how we would do on the weekend.
Yes.
You know, like saying like, hey, Bob, did you drink your wheatgrass smoothie this morning? Because you didn't hit that very far type of shit.
Wow. I hope you know me for the first time before you said that.
I'm just saying those guys know each other very well. And that was what was good about it, because they knew each other. And it was a little bit more realistic and felt a little bit more like a weekend round with your friends.
All right. I'm going to go on to this.
Go ahead.
We're getting close to an hour. Well, not really, but okay. So I have put out my 2023 goals for 2023. And I'm gonna post this till Wednesday. So, you know, a little insider information here for those that listen to the podcast and know about my 2022 goals. Some of them I met, some of them I did not meet. So I'll do a quick little review. I'm trying to get these guys to be a part of it. But you know, I mean, it happens. So sometimes they get excited, sometimes they don't. So what I did, I'm stalling. Can you tell? Okay. 2022 goals. This is what I had. I had, write more articles on the blog, which I gave that a check mark because, I did. I did. Well, I didn't actually write them. I brought some people in to write articles. We got a check mark for that. Increase the VGM membership. From 2021 to 2022, we went from 42 to 100, over 100. So I was very excited about that. Find and stay with the ball. I thought I found the Strixons and gamed them for half the year, but that went to shit real quick. Finish the Vegas courses played. I think I do this every year and I'm tired of it. I want to do it. It's just one of these things I'm going to have to go play as a single at some of these places to get them knocked out. Increase my driver speed by 5%. That didn't happen. I got a reason why. It's not an excuse. It's a reason. And then let's see what else. Oops. Gosh darn it. Got off. I am terrible at Instagram sometimes. Okay. Increase my greens and regulation percentage, which I did. It's 26.3. I got up to 30 something, 32, I think. Get under 190 pounds by the solstice. That was a complete and utter fail. Tinkerless commit more. This, I gave myself a green check and got shit on for it because nobody thinks I tinkered less in 2022. I think I did because I still have the same irons I've had all year. I have the same wedges. I have the same grips. My putter is the only thing that I really have been tinkering with lately. So, and driver, sorry, because I had driver debacle gate. But ever since I have resolved that, I've had no desire to tinker with that. So, that being said, here is my goals for 2023. And these are not just golf related, they're life that relates to golf. Okay. So I am going to commit to diet and exercise. And later down on the list, I have no alcohol. I am, as of January 1, fully invested to being on the wagon. That means this little cup here is going just juice, no
You're full
longer
of
bourbon.
water.
Yeah, I will be drinking a lot of Diet Cokes and yeah, so
I mean,
beer.
Diet Coke is not healthy, just so you know.
I know Coke Zero is what I drink. So, yeah,
Still not healthy.
water, Joe. I'm gonna drink water.
There you go.
So yeah, I've got a game plan in place. Starting the new year. I know everybody says this new year, new things, but I'm actually, my health is not good right now as far as my weight. I'm carrying way too much weight for my frame. I've done it before. It was a grind. My desire this time is not only to be around a little bit longer, because I turned 50 this year or next year. And, if you look at the average life expectancy, I got 33 years left on this planet. Which is, as you get up into my age bracket, when you start thinking like that, it really puts a lot of things in perspective.
You know what's depressing about that? Is you might only get to see the ghost tree a couple more times.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's sad.
One to the ghost tree. No, I'll dude, when Erica's done and working and I'm living in our fucking RV on Bandon and I'm playing it once a week, you're gonna be like, I hate you. So yeah, I have committed. I'm committing to diet and exercise. I have all the shit here to do it. So let's see what happens. More guests on the podcast. I was shocked when I put together a list of this was for Joe and Jeremy and I, of the guests that we've had on the podcast, and I was stunned. So in 2019 we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guests. In 2020 we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 guests. 2021 we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. We had 5 last year. And Brad was one of those, which was a couple weeks, or one of our last episodes. So, a lot of people that I've talked to, they like the guests. So I think we've been doing this long enough, and
is Bob considered a guest?
No, Bob's fam.
All right.
I was gonna say, because me, Dan.
Yeah, you guys have been on a couple times.
Hey, if you guys are part of the CDP family, you're not a guest. You're part of the show. So I wouldn't degrade you by giving. Well, that's kind of sad to the guests. I wouldn't say you're not part of the show. You're part of the show. So you can't be a guest if you're part of the show. So I still have on here find and stay with the ball. I don't know if that's going to stay. I may get rid of that. It's tough. Bob, what were you? What?
Just Bridgestone.
Bridgestone. Yeah. So, all right. I have improved my fairway percentage. In 2022, my fairway percentage was 58.2. Want to bring that up. Improve my greens, which I did. Like I said, last year where it was, this year was 31.8. So goal is to get that much, much higher. If I'm going to get myself to a level that I think I can get to, that's got to be mid 40s at least, if not 50%. I said no alcohol. I'm done. I'm done with the alcohol. And the last thing is to make the VGN finals. We've got a new format this year. It's going to be a little bit tougher to make the VGN finals. And, I won the tournament last year, and that is a goal to go back there and do my best to do it again. So that being said, of my goals, I know you guys haven't thought about this or delved into it too much because I just kind of sprung this on you. But do you guys have any goals They could be life. We are a golf podcast, but if there's anything in your life that you're trying to achieve that could eventually in turn enhance your golf life, what do you got?
Go ahead, Bob.
Crickets, just crickets.
I got a couple things on my list. My big thing is just a pre-shot routine, and that's to deal with life and apply myself directly on the golf course, and that helps everything. So I just mean like extreme discipline with the steps I'm taking, setting up for shots, how I'm making decisions, all those kind of things. Um, I know I get the most out of myself when I execute that way. And if you don't execute that way, you're kind of just floundering if you're really trying to improve.
So working on your pre-shot routine.
100%.
Love it, Joe. What do you got?
I do want to cut out the alcohol a little bit. Drop some
He
weight.
just said a little bit.
Drop some weight.
I'm going cold turkey. It's such a vice for me.
I was when I in 2020 I noticed it in my golf game, like when I wasn't as big. Like I could tell
you were lean.
I was able to play golf a little bit better. So that's one goal. Try and hit the gym a little bit, but try and stay a little bit more focused out there, especially during the VGN tournaments. Because I've, just want to have fun, which there's nothing wrong with that. And
nothing at all.
Check off as many courses as possible. With a new kid coming, I want to get new courses checked off the list. I'm a collector.
You're almost to a foursome anyway, Joe. So just keep teaching the kids how to play golf, and you'll be good.
Yeah, and that's a good goal too. Is get Theo out there a little bit more too, because I think he'll be able to by summer at least listen to instruction a little bit better and get him out as much as possible.
And one more, then Katie don't have to go.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Well, I still might need someone to watch them while I'm swinging.
That's family golf trips, family band trips.
Yeah, exactly.
Family band and trips. Dude, it's amazing when we're there. So many people are there with their kid, and they're Joe and my age demographic, and they're there with their dad. And it's like, oh man. I mean, I would love to get my oldest because I think she has the physicality to play golf at a really good level. And now that she's older and has a little bit more understanding of what the game is, I'd love to get her back out on the course because I think she could be so much fun out there.
Well, my cousin who listens,
what's up, cousin?
He kind of got me into playing golf. I mean, he wasn't the first one to get me out on the course, but
almost got a lot of credit there, cousin.
Yeah, but I started playing with him every week and his friends, and during Christmas yesterday, he was like, "Oh, he mentioned something about Bandon under his breath or something," and I was like, "I cannot wait to take Theo to Bandon."
Right?
Cannot wait to get him out there.
and then pure parent disappointment. He's gonna be like, "Dad, this place sucks. Can we go to the video game bar?"
No, and then I will disown him.
Well, get prepared because the parental disappointment happens daily when you get into the age group that I'm in right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, I can't wait I can't wait for that.
Don't forget Uncle Bob if you only do have 2 kids. So I'll round out that foursome.
Bob, hold the kids back, wrangle them up a little bit, hold them back.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to end this episode with some news. I put this out in the newsletter today. Thank you, all of those.
We're going to talk about Quintero or Palm Springs.
Oh, do you want to keep going? We're at an hour. Fuck it, let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm good, yeah.
All right, Bob. You, Trey,
Oh.
Dan, and Colby spend some time in the Arizona desert playing a little track called
Yes.
Quintero.
Yes.
It's a Reese
thanks.
Jones, which
Yes.
Reese is, I mean, a father figure for you. If anything, every time we talk to Bob, it's all about
Yeah, your
God. Reese
guiding
Jones is
light.
amazing. All hail Reese. Well,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about Quintero.
Yeah. Reese is the priest and I'm the altar boy. But no,
Bob, this
I
is a
love
fucking
Reese.
family show.
I love Reese Jones, but fuck, he does not love me. And that's the reality of it is he like yeah, we went to Quintero. Shout out to the guys at Wedge Golf. They provided an awesome trip for us to head down to Quintero, me, Dan, Trey, and Colby, uh, because we won the long day challenge up in Utah over the summer. So that's something we'll get some more of the Vegas crew to go up to next year, because the prizes for second and third are decent too. But I think there's a trip to Florida on the books for next year. But
Whoa.
Quintero this year, 3 days there. It is a really, really special place. I think the most memorable part about it is the par threes. 3 out of the 4 are just like way super downhill, with just incredible views of the Arizona desert. You're kind of just out there alone, nothing else around the golf course, nothing else around the property. It is
Well, it's in the absolute middle of nowhere.
yeah, middle of nowhere, slowly getting closer and closer to Phoenix. Give it another 10 years, it'll be in the middle of town.
Part of it.
Yeah, but it's just a really good golf course, a really tough test. Reese Jones, I don't know what it is, but he just
He's an
tricks my
asshole.
eye.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm in the fairway. I think I'm hitting a shot to an area below the hole, and I get up there and I've got an 18 footer that breaks 6.5 feet if it only breaks once, and it's like I don't know. Reese is just tough. You've got to play him over and over and over to get it. I kept hoping like, all right, the third day maybe at Quintero we'll get this figured out, but that was definitely not the case either. It just got a little worse every day.
Who played the best? Who scored the best at Quintero? We'll leave out the other places.
Dan and I played a respectable best ball, but no one played particularly well. Dan came out of the gates pretty hot, almost every day. I think I swear he was, put a few birdies on the card in the first 5, 6, 7 holes, and nobody else made more than 1 or 2 birdies in a round. Um, I made a bunch of pars, but very few birdies and my share of doubles.
Which can happen out there, I'm sure, with the desert. Because if you're in the desert, there's no getting out, right?
Yeah, it's not like some of the desert courses around here. You were saying it's if you're not in the course, if you're off the course, you're not recovering.
Yeah, we know it from desert golf out here. There's friendly desert. Honestly, there's like Palm Springs desert where I feel like a lot of the desert there is like really super nice and
Yeah.
manicured and that kind of stuff. There's some of that here in Vegas, some of it in Phoenix as well. But then there's like the really rough, raw desert where you feel like they really, other than the construction they obviously did for the golf course, they really haven't done anything else to the surrounds. So, the desert it's rocks and it's bushes that are, very seldom ever trimmed, if ever. And yeah, so you don't want to get off course, and even if you didn't, Quintero, it wasn't that tough to keep it on the grass. I mean, that being said, you guys have played with me. I hit a few blocks. Um, so I got a few off the grass, but it wasn't unfair in any way. Just just really difficult. Like every shot was just a third of a shot harder than you thought it was going to be. So by the time you got to the green, you made a fucking bogey.
So, uh, so the two Reese Jones courses we have in Vegas are Rio and Cascada. What would you say is more closer representation of Quintero, Cascada or Rio?
Definitely Cascada. Quintero is just a tame down Cascada. Like
Yeah.
Cascada's got some of those super slopes where you're gonna hit a fairway and get ridiculous run out, and same thing with some greens where you hit it pin high and you've got not 6 feet of break. I say you've got like 20 feet of break. So I would, but it's similar to Cascada in that way that Cascada's playable. It's big. It's open. It's right there, but at the same time, it's just pretty difficult.
Worth going back?
Oh yeah, I've played a lot of golf in the Phoenix area, and I don't know if it's top of my list. It's definitely up there. I left like bruised and battered, and clubs broken, shirts torn, black eyes. It was not freaking good. And so
Reese.
to say I'd go back this soon would be tough, but eventually I could see myself going back there and trying to get a little vengeance.
Man.
Joe, you probably know this. I don't know, so shame on me. Is Reese Jones still alive?
I believe so.
All right, so a new 2023 goal. Reese Jones episode with Bob.
I'm on.
I would love to see Bob just go, "You motherfucker."
I mean, so Reese's courses are great, right? Very fair off the tee, but you get on the green and he just fucks your eye up.
Dude, the green complexes are just insane.
Reese, by the way, is 81 years old. His alma maters are Yale and Harvard, so there's a good chance that Reese is just smarter than all of us.
Yes. He's like, I'm gonna take the applied physics class that I took and just really fuck with a lot of golfers.
He's so good at deceiving your eye, like this breaks right, but it actually breaks left kind of shit. Like
what if his college professors was an avid golfer and he didn't like him, and so he's like, I'm gonna ruin your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lifelong mission.
So the only Reese Jones courses that I have played are out at Reynolds Lake,
Macklemore,
Oconee. Yeah, well, Oconee's at Reynolds Lake. So Oconee, Macklemore, Cascada, Rio. I guess Oconee would probably be more of a traditional golf course, not target desert golf. It's just maddening what he does around the greens. I mean, it is just absolutely. I mean, I would love to see a Pete Dye course with Reese Jones green complexes.
Would be pretty wild.
I mean, you would kill yourself after I'm done with golf. I'm done with golf.
That would be wild.
All right, Joe, you took a little trip down to SoCal in the Palm Springs area, got a little golf in at a couple spots. This was your first time playing down there, right?
Yeah. First time in Palm Springs.
And you were in Palm Springs. You weren't in the Coachella Valley, like down La Quinta and all the fancy spots.
Right. I didn't go that far down. I did play Terra Lago in Indio, which is probably closest to, La Quinta way.
La Quinta.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. When I was going out there, it blew my mind how expensive golf was out there, and I was like tripping out about it because a lot of those courses, it was like $150 in the afternoon, and I was just searching for hot deals.
Not to cut you off, but to cut you off, we're gonna have to go down in like July.
Yeah,
August.
yeah, for sure.
and take advantage of my old ass man timeshare and play some, $50 in the afternoon because
Yeah.
everybody else is seeking shelter.
I mean,
Golf.
we were like probably in peak season for
Oh,
snowbirds
100%.
and shit. So
100%.
I get it. But it just blew my mind how crazy the pricing was. I went to go play Terralago, which is the old landmark where Skins games used to be played with Fred Couples and Palmer and shit back in the 90s. It was cool. It looked like they had a little bit of rain. Some of the bunkers were kind of worn down, but it was a cool layout. Some really fun holes. And then shout out Mark, big time listener of the podcast. It's like I'm saying, drove out from Orange County to meet me on Sunday at Ascena, which is a Jack Nicklaus course. And I had a good time listening to the starter talking about how Jack designed this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jack did not spend any time out here. It's not a signature Jack. It's, I wanted to say that like there's no
it's
signature.
It's a Phil Mickelson or Phil Nicholas course.
Yeah, no, he designed this shit from his fucking den and gave it to somebody. Like he never spent any time on his course. It was literally Chimera dropped into Palm Springs. But it was cool. It really reminded me of home. The grass types of Chimera, the greens of Chimera. It was a fun layout and it was pretty tame for the most part. Real fun. Pleasure playing with Mark for the first time. But it was cool. It's the thing about Palm Springs. It's crazy. It's like you just, if you're driving around out here and you'll drive by desert and it just looks like desert out there. It looks like just fucking desolate. It's so weird out there to me. There was an old parking lot there with cracks and, tumbleweeds growing out of the ground. It's a weird place.
Yeah, with a lot of windmills.
Yeah, there's a lot of windmills out there. but it's a cool spot, and it's like probably one of the when I played Rams Hill, we drove through it. But there is a lot of fucking golf out there.
Oh my goodness, sure. So much golf.
There's a lot
so much golf.
And one dude that we played with, he was from Seattle, and he has played Bandon a bunch of times. So we got paired up with a really cool dude. He said Chambers is better than Bandon, which I couldn't agree with him. Never played Chambers, but I don't believe him.
They have
he just bought a house out there, and but it was a super cool pair up, like to be able to converse with someone that was on the same level as us. And I want to get back out there. There's too much golf out there. There's too much golf.
We'll have to plan a summertime trip. We'll do like a weekend, 3 courses. Bang,
he told me in the summer, if you stay at the Waldorf Astoria, you get to play all the PGA West courses as much as you want, for free if you stay at the Waldorf. So
for free?
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Probably $500 a night at the Waldorf.
Yeah, but if you can get 36 in a day at PGA West, that makes it worth it. So that might be something we have to look into.
Joe's standing on the first tee in dark. I'm going first, baby.
Yeah.
I got 72 I got to play today.
Yeah, but that's something we should probably look into because that sounds like a good deal to me.
Yeah, but it's $20 to stay for 3-4 days at my timeshare.
Well, yeah, if PGA West is $50, then yeah, for sure.
Where's your timeshare at PGA West?
It's in the old folks community by the senior living place.
It's real close to where Joe was staying.
By the orthopedic surgeon.
That doesn't narrow it down, Joe.
It's
hey, right next to the orthopedic surgeon and the CVS pharmacy.
It doesn't narrow it down.
It's
old, every 3rd mile.
But they got pools, they got separate rooms, they got refrigerators and kitchens, and so.
And shout out Travis Matthew. There's an outlet store at the Cabazon outlets where my wife has one of her stores are there. There's a Travis Matthew outlet store out there. Never seen it in my life. Everything was 50%.
I was ready to Venmo Joe, and he's like, "Oh, I just left."
Yeah, it was.
I need a pair of these pants this size. He's like, "Oh, I just left. I like literally walked out the door."
Great selection.
Katie's having pregnancy cramps. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a bad one for sure. Her foot fucking just like. But anyway, I've never seen Travis Matthews outlet store in my life. That was really cool to see. I was in there for a little bit. Really good selection. Shout out Travis
Bez is
Matthews.
upset because you're smashing his commissions. Thanks.
Well, you got to go to fucking Cabazon, Palm Springs to get that. So.
Not doing it.
Exactly. So Beds gets his commissions.
Oh, well, on our little staycation, we went to the fashion show and walked around and went in the Travis Matthews store. And
They did not have a ping pong table.
No, it's gone.
Well, they didn't have one in the outlet store is what I'm saying. So.
Oh, okay. Well, this one was covered with boxes, so it wasn't like not there. But I told him, I said, it's a good thing my wife was there because I would have dropped $2,000 like instantly. Holy crap, their stuff is so nice.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
All right, couple tidbits of business, and we'll get out of here. In the newsletter, as I mentioned earlier before I was shut down, out today, I made it aware to everybody that we are going to have a women's division in the VGN for 2023. Did a little promotion, a little paid promotion on Instagram, got some interest from it. I think we have 9 or 10 ladies that are interested in joining. So we're going to have a ladies division. We'd love to get that number up to 20. So guys, I know our audience is 98% men and 70% Vegas. Guys, if you know a girl, a lady, a young woman that likes to play golf and wants to get in some competitions, because honestly, there's not a lot out there for the ladies in this town. I mean, most of it is private clubs that have their ladies, skins games on the weekends or Thursday night wine leagues. But this is, it's going to be the same rules. I don't know how to translate "don't be a dick" to the women. I'm going to have to ask them how we can phrase that.
Don't try.
Yeah, I know. But the same rules are going to apply. Got to love Vegas. Got to love golf. Can't be a dick. Yeah, we're gonna try and grow it that way and get some ladies out there to play some golf. The few that have shown interest are pretty excited about it, and I can't wait to go forward with that. Registration for the first event opens up on Friday. If you have already signed up for the league, I was going to wait until the beginning of the year to open it up, but what the hell? It's just another holiday. Why not? Our membership so far for 2023 is sitting at 43 players. This time last year, I think we had 12, so we are way ahead of schedule. Would love to get this up to 100 and just have an amazing year. It's looking to be pretty damn good. So thanks to everybody that has signed up for that. I can't wait to get going on it. One other news bit for VGN, we have a welcome to the VGN and the 2023 season event that is going to take place at 5 Iron Golf on January 26th from 7 to 9. We're going to have a couple bays, going to have a closest to the pin contest. I've reached out to a couple vendors. We're going to have some raffle prizes, hopefully some good ones, some stuff to give away, VGN related. Really aiming for the new members to come out, introduce myself to them, a couple of the members of the board that are going to be there, and give them a little bit of warm welcome, so it's not such a shocker when they show up at Rhodes Ranch for their first event, not knowing anybody. So that's the plan with that. And that pretty much is all I got. Joe, you got anything you want to shout out before you head off to Florida?
Yeah, I don't think so. Heading out to Florida here in a couple days, taking the kiddo to Disney World. Gonna go play Winter Park 9 and Southern Dunes. Other than that, not too much.
How many days are you doing Disney?
Just one. We're gonna be there for like a half day and then 4 full days, and then we leave in the morning. So Katie's got to work 2 of the days. So I'll have Theo with me. I'm gonna take him to Winter Park 9 on Thursday.
Just hit a ball in the cemetery for me, okay?
I will put an Odin in the cemetery for you.
Oh, wow. No, you won't, because it's not yellow and you don't have any.
But yeah, I'm excited to get that one in, check that one off the list. Hopefully Theo's on a dick,
such a fun course.
Yeah, looks like a bunch
If
of
you
fun.
want to go by a Reese Jones, check out Waldorf Astoria or Falcon's Fire.
Oh, I played
I
Waldorf
actually
Astoria.
like Falcon's Fire.
Yeah, I'll stay away.
Waldorf was a fun course. We played that in 30-mile-an-hour winds. It was fun.
Well, that's cool.
Sounds terrible with those Reese Jones greens.
It was a good time. So are you just doing Disney World, or are you going to? I mean, there's so many good parks.
I know. So yeah, I don't really know. So like,
Dude,
Katie's gonna
Safari
work
is
Thursday,
fun.
Friday. I'm gonna take Theo to Winter Park 9 on Thursday. Friday, I don't really know yet. Wednesday we might go do a mini golf thing at one of because they have an abundance of mini golf courses. So
Got
which
Pop
we don't
Stroke,
have out
right?
here. No Pop Stroke
No
out
Pop
there, I don't
Stroke?
believe so.
Oh, all right.
So we'll go do one of those. Friday kind of up in the air. We'll see. We'll see how it works out.
Go to Safari if you can.
Safari.
Disneyland Safari, the Safari Park.
You're talking about Animal Kingdom?
Or is that what it's called? I don't know. I don't know. We went to all of them.
So Theo's big into Toy Story right now, so we're gonna go to MGM Studios because they have a Toy Story world there. So that's what we're gonna do.
Baller.
I've hit all the parks out there, so
The Animal
I'm
Kingdom
not
Park
a
is
big
amazing.
I'm not a big Disney person. So my mom's huge, but
That's why I liked the Animal Kingdom place.
yeah, they have
was
the
pretty
Avatar
damn-
and all that shit and Bugs Life.
No, this is where they got freaking zebras and elephants and.
You're now tuned in to the Inside Disney World podcast. Did you know if you get a churro at Animal Kingdom, it's a little bit different than at Epcot?
They have vegan options too, Bob. Just so you know. No, okay.
No, but we only have time for one day at Disney, so that we only got one day for that.
All right.
That's
Katie's family. She has some family out there, so we're gonna spend that Saturday with them, and then
Nice. Well, go have some fun. If you're in Vegas, hopefully you're enjoying this weather. Tuesday and Wednesday are supposed to be absolutely amazing before it starts getting a little chilly over the weekend, but it's still going to be way better than South Dakota or Virginia or Washington for that matter. I mean, good Lord, so many people are freezing out there. And I mean, I'm going to try and go play golf in shorts tomorrow. So,
You're
the
playing
next,
tomorrow? What the fuck?
well, I mean, maybe.
As a single.
Hey, I got to get some of these courses checked off. I got to get ahead of the game early. Next episode is going to be in 2023. Wrapping up this year. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Joe, do us the honors and take us home. And Bob, again, thank you so much for hanging with us.
Yeah, shout out Mr. Bob West for joining us in the absence of I Am Stat Guy, Mr. Jeremy, enjoying the Honolulu Waikiki vibes, eating poke on the beach. Thanks for a great year. We've seen a lot of listenership rise this year, and we love talking golf. All the homies, the not so guest, Mr. Bob West, the more family orientated friend of pod. But we appreciate it, and we look forward to another amazing year in 2023. We got a lot of shit coming up. We'll probably talk about Bandon every single week next year because we're going in 2024. I'm going to Orlando this week. We got North Carolina coming up, and it's not going to snow even if you listen to the weather reporter, Mr. Bob West forecast. Appreciate you listening every single week, tuning in. Tell your friends. We love golf. We love you, and we appreciate you listening. Thanks for listening to Chasing Daylight Podcast in 2022. We'll see you next year. Later.